If you've been saying this is your year for the last 3 to 5 years, then this video is for you, because I really want it to be your year this year. This is the year that we finally get out of this emotional loop, motivation, effort, exhaustion, guilt, restart, and actually start the process of reinventing and changing our lives. Hi, my name is Crystal and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returner, thank you for coming back. If you're interested in reinvention, self-growth, and just plain old grown woman lifestyle, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us. We have a lot of fun over here. There are 4 internal and invisible barriers to your reinvention. They play a huge role and are often not talked about enough. I want to start off by first identifying each one of those blockers and giving you some practical advice on how to overcome them. The identity lag or gap. This is often described as the disorienting change in your social role, which is exactly what we're going for when we're reinventing our lives. And it's because of this that most of us are trying to build a new life on an old self-image. This literally goes back to whether or not you believe that you deserve this better life. How do you talk to yourself? Are you kind to her? Are you uplifting? Do you actually value yourself? Do you feel like you are valuable to you? What's your self-worth like? This is not to be confused with self-esteem, as that is something totally different. All these questions will need to be addressed, and that internal work will need to be done in order for you to move forward. So if you have any doubt or you're unsure, it's time to do the work, because the last thing you want is this stuck feeling, which is described by the sense of being unable to reconcile with who you were versus who you're becoming. And nobody wants to be constantly battling themselves. Let's start with 2 journal prompts that can help shift your focus to your positive experiences and your strengths, as this is the first step to building self-acceptance and self-worth. Journal prompt number 1. List 3 specific things you're proud of yourself for, detailing why they demonstrate your positive qualities. Please make sure we go into detail here. Journal prompt number 2. Describe a time where you felt truly confident and happy, focusing on how to bring that feeling into your daily life. Try to reword these into daily prompts that you can ask yourself. That's what I enjoy doing. It's definitely one of the ways that I challenge myself with journaling daily. Now in 2026, I want to challenge the amount of nonfiction books that I read by doubling it. So I'm going to recommend 2 books, one by a Black author, because I'm really trying to increase my Black authorship reading. The first book is by Maya Angelou, and it is Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now. And the second book by author named Kelly Weekers, Choosing Me, Staying True to Yourself and Living the Life You Want. Both of those books are on my TBR list for 2026, and they will be the first nonfiction books that I read this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. Now let's talk about emotional labor overload. You've probably heard this before, or probably not, but most of us women are doing it anyway. Now this applies to all of us: moms, wives, daughters, eldest daughters, single moms, business owners, and it describes all of the emotional caretaking, over-explaining, and over-functioning that we are doing on a daily basis. The problem is a lot of us women are doing all of the labor, and we need to find a balance. Most of us are over-functioning, a term that I've always been doing, but I've just now found out the words to describe it. Over-function is when you take in all of the emotions, the well-being, and the responsibilities of everyone around you, normally at the expense of yourself. Over-functioners tend to do this as a way to mask their anxieties and their insecurities. For those of you over-functioning in relationships, all I can say is he or she is perfectly capable. Please let them. Talk to them and make sure that you're balancing out the scales. This is about you and your well-being, no one else. For my mothers, you need to ask for help. As a single mother, I know that it is the hardest thing ever, but we still need to ask for help. For those with husbands, let them figure out how to manage the kids for 1 or 2 hours a day. They'll survive, I promise. And if there's no one, ask someone to help. Maybe see if you can pay someone to watch them for an hour or 2 each day. You need this time for you. Just a moment of time where only you is on your mind. Lastly, my general do too much woman: start saying no, stop over-explaining, stop volunteering, decrease your obligations so that you have more time to rest, and you can allow more balance into your day-to-day. It's hard to create a new life when you're responsible for everyone else's comfort. The third barrier that's silently killing your reinvention is people-pleasing disguised as responsibility. Now this one's pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of us are taking on a lot of roles that we don't have to because we feel like it's our duty, it's our responsibility, when secretly we're just trying to people-please everybody around us. Now unless these roles are benefiting children that you actually birthed or adult humans that really helped you and cannot find anyone else, they can figure it out. And yes, you are trying to stroke your own ego by doing all this stuff to people please everybody. If we were to really break it down, you're actually seeking a lot of outside validation to mask your low self-esteem, all the while trying to control people's opinion of you by creating this temporary high from some perceived acceptance. And unfortunately, this usually comes from a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy enough, unless you're being useful or performing acts to earn love and acceptance. Which takes us right on back to the first barrier, your self-image, what you think about you. And I'm definitely here to tell you, you are enough. Say it out loud to yourself, write it on a piece of paper, write it on your mirror in your bathroom so that you can see it and read it every single day, because it's absolutely true. You are enough. Reinvention tends to get really hard when your needs always come last. Let's talk about the fourth barrier, known as the sunk cost fallacy. Now, this is the most craziest thing I've heard of. However, I know people that did this and never knew the term for it. That's the term for when people say, I've already put so much time into this life, job, business, relationship. We've all heard those phrases before said by other people, and hopefully not you. But if it is, we're not judging. And it wasn't until I started doing research for this video that I found out they had a name for it. Comment below if you've ever heard of this before. The sunk cost fallacy, or bias, is the irrational tendency to continue with a failing endeavor, whether it be a bad job, a bad relationship, a poor life path, or even a failing business, because of the significant time, effort, money that you put into it, rather than focusing on the future cost and benefits. This is basically the idea of saying, well, I've worked this hard, this job for 12 years, I should stay there. Absolutely not. Do you see yourself getting anything in the future? If you've worked for 12 years, they're not going to promote you now. Let it go. Quit the job, get another one, double your money. That's what this whole sunk cost fallacy is about. Which brings us back to the first video in this series, can't get my words out, where we talk about doing a life audit, where you really have to take a look at your life and see what's continuing to serve you versus what no longer does. Because at the end of the day, you can't go back and get that time back, that money back, or even that effort back, but you can move forward. For example, back in 2023, in the summer, I quit a job that I had been working probably since my first couple years living in Atlanta. I was a manager at that time, higher status, I was getting a decent paycheck, but looking back at it now, I probably should have quit that job 2 years prior. But I was operating in the sunk cost fallacy, worrying about how much time I put in, worried about what the next step would be, as opposed to looking at the job from a clear standpoint where it was not serving me. It was becoming more and more toxic. The paycheck wasn't really growing at all. I actually had got declined for raises like twice in a row, and the stress levels were going way beyond what jobs should be. So what kept me there? 9 times out of 10, it was fear, and thinking that I put so much time in, but a lot of it was also fear. So is that what's stopping you from moving on to your next level? If not, learn from me and quit before time. Don't wait until it's terrible. Here are 3 ways that you can counteract the sunk cost fallacy. Number 1, start by asking yourself future-centered questions. Questions like, starting today, knowing what I know, would I still choose this path? Would I still choose this job? Do I think this job or path fits into my goals or my life 5 years from now? Really trying to look ahead. Number 2 is reframe quitting. We talk a lot about reframing things on this channel because a lot of it is your mindset behind it. So reframe quitting to see it as a sign of strength, as a sign of self-awareness, as a sign of following your purpose, not as a failure. And number 3, focus on future gains, not past failures. Focus on the things that you're gaining from moving forward, like peace, like happiness, like better opportunities. Or in my case, working less hours and getting paid more money. Because yes, once I did quit the job that was killing me, I found multiple jobs, making more money, working less hours. I gained more clarity for myself and what I wanted for my life, and to find happier environments to work in. And if this is resonating with you, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing so this video can reach more women like us. These are some of the exact frameworks that I'm turning into my reinvention playbook. So if you want this laid out for you with prompts, planning pages, and structure, make sure you sign up to get on the list so as soon as it's out, you won't miss it. You don't need fixing, you need support. If this video helped you feel a little less behind, hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.